Da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na. Hey Alexa, play 90s rock. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey Alexa, play 90s rock. Yo, yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going? It's Lou here. I am going to be working on this guitar. I've been working on it for, I think it was since yesterday, but I'm doing a level crown and polish. So I am literally crowning the frets right now. If you guys are into that, I'm just doing guitar repair. Hey, how's it going? You guys, hey, Alexa, play 90s rock, god damn it. Sorry about that. Um, but yeah, I'm just going ahead and crowning the file. I'm crowning the frets, and then I'm going to show you guys how I polish them and make them all shiny and everything. So if you guys, thank you so much for the hearts. Thank you so much. You're a heartbreaker. Hey Alexa, I'm not going to tell you again. Play
I'm
90s.
not quite sure how to help you with that.
Play 90s rock on Spotify. Hey Alexa, play 90s rock on Spotify.
90s rock anthems from Spotify.
All right, all right, all right. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for joining. I really appreciate you guys. I'm just doing the level crown and polish, and you guys will see here that I'm doing the level crown and polish here, and um, it's a process. There's a lot of skill that is involved with doing this, and I'll show you guys what's being fixed today. It's I'm doing a level crown and polish on this guitar. What that is I sand off all the frets. I sand off very minimal material off the top, and then they're flat on the top, and then I recrown them with the crown file. This is the crown file right here from StuMac. Check it out. Again, this process takes a lot of skill. If if you're doing it on your own guitar, that's cool. But if you're doing it on a customer guitar, I would recommend learning it first before you do that. I get this tape right here because I'm going to do this right here. I'm going to crown these files, and I want to protect this part. I do not want to slip and scratch the body. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and just start taping this off. When you're using guitar, when you're putting tape on guitar, I really recommend using what is it? I recommend using painter's tape. Skilled musician. That's awesome. I do a little guitar work, but I'm learning fretwork. Yeah, fretwork's really good. Music is my medicine. What's up? I saw you on the last stream. and probably a few of the other guys too, because I just forget who I talked to. But that's cool. That's good. Um, oh yeah, you do the fret sprout. Yeah, there's a really good video on StewMac. They do a really good video of fret sprout. There's a few steps. Some people think it's just you have to crown with the little crown file. I'm sorry, with the little fret end file, but there's more to it too. So if you check out that video, they'll show you guys a lot. And that's a StewMac fret sprout video. So I'm getting this painter's tape, and I'm kind of just going right here. The tape that I use, this is my favorite tape. It's from the Dollar Tree. If you guys have that, I'm in California. Big StewMac fan. Yes, StewMac is great. It's awesome. So I'm just gonna start taping this off right here. I'm not gonna go too far with the file, so you know what? Just to be safe, I'm gonna get this little spot right here too. Okay, I'm gonna put tape right here as well. I liked and subscribed. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. What's wrong with the guitar? I used a fret rocker to rock the frets to make sure that they were all straight. There were some of them that were popping up and down. So I'm doing a level crown and polish, which is when I sand it down right here with this little block. I go ahead and sand it down, make sure all the frets are at the same level, and then I re-crowned them with this crown file, and then I'm gonna polish them up. So you guys will see the whole process, okay? So let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and put this here like that. So that's pretty good. And the way I like to work is I like to go ahead and I did the first 8. I did the whole process. Now I'm gonna do the rest of the guitar. I like to kind of break it up into, thanks for the content. Dude, thank you so much. It helps with my anxiety. Oh, I'm so glad. You are having, I'm having a great day. Every day's a great day. The thing about anxiety is I used to have anxiety too, man. It's a thing that it really takes a toll on you, and you will get better. You just have to believe that, you know. So cheers to you, man. You got this. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start crowning the ones that I didn't do. So it's because sometimes what I'll do is I'll mess up, and I will I'll go back to the fret that I already finished, which is this one. And you can kind of see on the camera, this one's all shiny, and this one has like some type of rough edge to it. So I'm just gonna put a tape right here, just so that I can know that I already did all these down here, that I'm just crowning all these up from the top. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. Okay. And some of you may ask, like, hey, why isn't he putting tape all over the fretboard? For this fretboard, what I do is it doesn't matter if it gets nicked or anything like that, because I'm going to run a razor blade and take off the top layer of wood. And it looks fresh, it looks new, and it looks good. Any advice on converting a left-handed guitar to a right-handed guitar? Yes, you can do it. It's totally possible. The only thing that you would have to do is, it just depends. If it's an electric guitar, you're going to have to change the nut. Change the nut and convert it, you know, to the other side. I'm talking about, like, it just depends. If you change the nut, make sure you obviously flip it, right? Another thing, if it's an electric guitar, you're going to have to readjust the pickup height, and then that's pretty much it for that, and then redo the intonation for it to fit, you know, the reverse. It's a Fender Electric. Yeah, that should be really, really easy. Just you have to flip that nut. A lot of people, they'll just open up the the slots with like a file, but you should change the whole nut. Make sure those strings are snugged in the file of the nut. But that's pretty much it. And then you're gonna want to switch the pickups. You don't not switch them. You're just gonna readjust the height. Okay. So I think with Fender, it's you're gonna want what is it? I think it's 4 30 seconds on the bass, and then 3 30 seconds on the treble. Okay, so that should definitely help you out. But the biggest thing is doing that nut. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and continue. Okay, I look down on the fret to make sure that it's like that rough spot. So when you start to do the sanding, there's a tiny rough spot on the top. It starts creating like a sanded part, right? What you want to do is you want to crown it till it gets really, really small. You want to crown it till there's a little thin line. Little tiny thin line. And another thing too is be aware of the size frets that you have and the gauge that you're using. So I'm using wide because these are wide frets. And it says right here which one. It says wide or jumbo. So these are not jumbo, they're wide frets. So I'm just continuing to go here, and then you can see there's a very thin line of that rough spot. It's extremely thin right here now. So this fret right here is done. I'm not going to touch it anymore. Then I'm going to start using the eraser frets, and I'll show you how that works. Yes. Yes, music is medicine. Is my medicine? Definitely do the pickups, adjust those, and pretty much you have to adjust them like you know. I think it's 4 30 seconds on the bridge or on the treble or bass, and then 3 30 seconds on the treble. So if you're looking down at the guitar, the pickups should be like that. You should get more closer to the bottom strings. And you can look this up online too, dude. So go ahead and do that nice work. Thank you so much, Tomas. All right. So again, I'm taking down the crowning the fret, and there's a very thin line of that rough part that I did when I sanded the fret. So I'm going to continue. This one right here, it's pretty much flat at the top. So when I crown it with this crown file, it's gonna be like a little mushroom. Okay, that's what you want with frets. Okay, and I'm just kind of crowning through. Right, so it's getting thinner and thinner. That means that the fret is becoming very it's shaping at the top, you know, and that's what you want to do. I'm going to tell you guys this advice. I'm going to give you guys this advice. If you are doing a level crown and polish and your frets are really, really low, you might not want to do it. You might have to get a full refret, okay? Do you press hard? Not really. You don't want to push too hard. You do not want to do that. The thing is that, again, that little rough strip at the top, you don't want it to go away because you still want a tiny bit of that flat part on the top. Like I'm talking very, very thin line. That's what you want. Okay? Absolutely. You are so welcome. I'm going ahead and I'm continuing. And what I like to do is there's like little particles inside right here on the file. I like to get this little no, it's not my toothbrush, but it's like a man, I forgot what this is called. You can get them for very, very cheap at Harbor Freight. They're like toothbrushes, but they have wire on them. I forgot what they're called. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and do this just so I can clean it out. Yep, perfect. So once I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and continue. A mistake that I made very, very early on, a wire brush. Yes, thank you so much. What I did was I would go like this. If I'm going like this, I would angle it this way, and it creates like these bevels right here on the side that are very hard to get rid of. So don't do that. Again, I'm just kind of going like this, just like that. There's some people that go back and forth. I like to just go one motion, just like that. You're not pushing too hard. I'm looking down to see if that little that rough spot on the top is going down, and it is. It is going. It's getting thinner. Perfect. So that fret's good. I'm gonna go ahead and continue. Again, you got to be very patient with this stuff. This type of fretwork, it takes a lot of patience and it takes a lot of time. If you start to rush through it, I mean, it's gonna show in the quality of your work. So I'm looking down. It's pretty good. It's not too bad. It's getting thinner. All these little perfect. Another thing is, I remember when I used to fly through these things, I used to do them so fast. Sometimes, and it's happened before, but I would come back out and I would go forward and go under, and it makes these little marks under because I was, just being kind of careless. You don't want to do that. You want to take your time, okay? That's why what I do is I'll break it up. So I did these 4 frets pretty fast, and the rough spot on the top of the fret is very, very thin. That's what you want. You want it as thin as possible. So I'm gonna continue to go. Oh, that one is good. Just like that. Okay, cool. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take these 4 frets. Usually I was gonna go all the way, but I'm gonna show you guys how to polish them now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and brush it off with this brush. This brush was $5 at Michael's. It's not bad at all. I was looking at some of the StewMac ones, and they were way more expensive. Yeah. So, I mean, again, there's a whole process to this. So, I kind of, have been going down it. But these things right here, to sand the frets, you can use sandpaper. That's okay. That's usually what people use. But ever since I got these StewMac erasers, they are the greatest. They're amazing. I love them. They work for me. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and just like this. Okay, I'm gonna put it on the fret, and I'm just gonna go and just do it like that. You don't have to push too hard as well, okay? But just keep going. And then if you look down, that little line that I told you guys that's on the top, that little line is gonna start disappearing, or it's gonna start like kind of fading away. And that's what you want. What's happening is you are smoothing out the fret, okay? And then I'll tell you, we're going to go up the scale of grits, and then you're going to see that it's going to completely go away. Okay. So there's that. I'm just going and going and going. Okay, so now it's completely gone, that little strip. Okay, and what that just means is that you're smoothing out, the fret. So I have this 200 grit. Okay, I'm gonna kind of zoom through and do them as fast as I can. Let me get you guys on a different angle, just so you guys see what I'm doing and how I do it. Okay, so I'm just gonna continue with these right here, and I'm just gonna go back and forth just like that. Sorry if you guys are shaking. I'm kind of shaking the whole table here. So I'm just continuing to do this, and the frets are getting smoother. Okay, and remember, I'm on that 220 grit still. So I'm gonna continue, look down, and it's pretty smooth. Okay, you could start to see that line disappear. I'm gonna continue here. Okay, everything is disappearing. I'm going to continue to the next fret. That's fine, just like that. And again, this whole kit of erasers, I want to say it's like 35 bucks on StewMac, which is, to me, it's worth it. I used to buy a bunch of sandpaper, and, like these things, I could reuse them as much as, they're good for. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue here. Okay, now I'm going on to the last fret that I crowned. And you know what? Like, you want to go from the lowest grit up to the highest grit. Okay, that's what you want to do, because you want it to get smoother. It's kind of like wet sanding. When you're wet sanding a guitar that has, like, when you do like a drop fill or anything like that, you want to go from like 800 to 1,000 to 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, something like that. You want to gradually get smoother, and that's what gives you that nice polish, look and feel. So okay, so if you guys could see the 220 grit, that's what I have, right? Now I'm gonna go up to the next, which is 400 grit, which is this one right here. This one's 400 grit. For some reason, this one feels a lot rougher than all of them. And I don't know why that is, but I'm gonna go ahead and continue here. And just like that, just until you start to see that it gets smoother, The more you do this, you're gonna start to get a feel of you're gonna start to see it get smoother. And this one's smooth now because I'm at the 400 grit. The next one is gonna be the 800 grit, and that one's even more shinier. It's gonna start shining it more. And as I get higher with the grits, it's just gonna get higher. So just like that, I'm just continuing here. I'm gonna show you guys. It's gonna be gnarly when you guys see the how this shines, how you shine your frets like this. If you were to have, again, a lot of people ask me, why aren't you putting tape on the frets? Because I'm gonna put steel wool, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do my razor blade trick where I take off material from the top of the fretboard. And again, it's very minimal material, and it makes the fretboard look brand new. So that's kind of why I do that. Okay, so I'm continuing with the 400 grit, and then what I'm gonna do is, okay, so you could already see how much shinier that is. It's a lot better. After the 400 grit, I'm gonna go to 800. Okay, this is the 800 grit, and I'm just gonna smoothen this out. This one's a little more rough, I feel like, when I put this one on the frets. And just like that, you'll start to see it get smoother. Okay, just like that. Perfect. And I'm just continuing to polish the fret. Okay. And another thing, guys, if you do all of the erasers, and if you do all of the erasers, and you could still see kind of like some frets that are not like fully polished, rinse and repeat, do the same thing. Okay. These erasers take very minimal. It's not even they barely take any material off, so you're just kind of like polishing. That's what these things are for, you know. I'm doing 1,200 grit. I'm going up the scale, and that is just gonna get everything smooth, shiny. It's gonna be those polished frets that you get from the factory. Okay, so I'm gonna continue here. You can kind of see that, like, from the 220 grit, I'm not doing these as much because the 220 grit really smooths everything out. Okay, and then this just slowly polishes everything. So just like that, you can see that the frets they're just a lot better. They're more shinier. If you look at this fret right here, you can see that line, that rough line that I'm talking about. You can see it all right here on these other ones. But this one right here, you can see that it's smooth. Okay? Thank you so much for the love. So I'm going to continue. This is the last grit, which is 2,000. And this grit right here is pretty much the... this is the one that makes it the most shiniest. Actually, no, because there's another little thing that I do after this. So you could really start to see it shine with 2,000 grit. And I'm just continuing. And this one I'm not doing too much of because it's just, the fret is already so polished. There's actually, this is not even like the final step. And the final step is really cool because it's like, there's so many steps, right? So I have all of these polished with the erasers, okay? All of them with the erasers. Now what I'm gonna do is I get steel wool, okay? So this is 400, what am I saying? This is quadruple zero steel wool. This stuff right here, you put it into a little ball. And if you're doing, this is a rosewood, okay? If you're doing like a Stratocaster that has maple, not maple, it has that clear coat, you definitely want to put tape, okay? You do not want to put steel wool or any of those erasers on there. It'll ruin it. It'll make it look really bad. So again, the reason why I'm not putting tape on this fretboard is because this fretboard is so dry that I'm going to run a razor blade through it after everything's done. So if I'm using steel wool and I'm going on the fretboard, you're going to see these little lines going back and forth, and I'm going to get rid of that with the razor. So that's pretty much the reason why. This thing shines it so much. So you can't see the difference because the camera, but this shines it even more than the erasers, okay?